Howdy-ho, Andrew here. Welcome to the Onion Buns and welcome to another episode of Happy Day. So, let's get started, shall we? All right, so right off the bat, we got a really heartwarming story of an injured jaguar out in the water asking for help. So, this is a really special story of people doing really good things. So, sit back and enjoy.
Nessa onça. Fala aí, mano. Tirar guerra com onça, fazendo o resgate de uma onça. Como nós estávamos em área fluvial, a gente não tinha um material adequado. Porém, Polícia Militar, como sempre, nós estamos aqui fazendo aqui
You can see right here,
uma forma possível de salvar a vida desse animal.
The normal cat thing. It's a slow blink. It's saying, I need your help. I trust you. Yeah, so that leopard really lucked out finding the right people who actually cared. And, you know, I'm not a hunter. I don't think I could pull the trigger on an animal unless it was life or death, you know, or starvation. Like if there was some sort of apocalypse and I had to eat, okay, then maybe I could pull the trigger. Or if I was defending myself. But other than that, I completely do not understand these hunters that go out and kill these wild animals. And then I really don't understand these so-called hunters that injure an animal and just let it go. Like, if you're gonna, it reminds me of that, what was that lion? I forget its name, Cecil or something like that. It was a number of years ago, maybe over a decade ago now. And the poachers went into an animal sanctuary. They dragged a dead animal's carcass behind their vehicle until this lion caught the scent. It followed them out of the sanctuary where they used these giant floodlights to blind the animal and they shot it, but they didn't kill it. So did they hunt down the animal to make sure it died? No. They went back to their hotel room and they went to bed and they slept for the night because it was a protected animal, so it had a tracker on it. So the next morning, they went out and sure enough, Cecil was dead, but it had bled out in huge pain and everything, and terror and everything. And those type of people, I could pull the trigger. And I'm leaving it at that. All right, so that was anyway, that got dark, but I love the story. It's like they saw an animal in need, they rescued the animal, they got it the help it needed, and now it's back in its environment, safe and sound. And yeah, that's what we need to do with animals. It really is. Alrighty, so here we, speaking of saving animals, we got animals saving animals. So let's take a look at this one.
Mira. Vamos. Mira. Vamos. Sí, lo logró.
That's awesome, but I want you to look at the smile on this elephant's face. Like, he is so happy with himself.
Mira.
He is so happy with himself, and he should be. That's just a great video. I love that. All right, for the next one, we got one of my favorite animals. These guys make me laugh every time I see their videos. Most of the videos come out of China because they're the ones that breed them, but pandas just make me laugh. So take a look at this. What the hell is he trying to do? Like I said, pandas just make me laugh. They're just so goofy. They're like giant teddy bears of goofiness. It's really all you can say about them. I can watch panda videos for hours on end. All right, for this next one, it's like, I guess you got to see it to believe it. It's I'm honestly surprised they let him on the plane. I really am. I don't complain they did. I'm just surprised they did. That would be a very enjoyable plane ride to me, if I'm being honest. I see no downside to that plane ride unless, unless he starts passing gas, because those big dogs, they know how to clear out a room pretty quickly in those situations. So sometimes I'm asked, why am I an animal guy? Like, why do I like cats? Why do I like dogs? I like animals, all of them. This mime, it pretty much answers that question. Pets are furry children that never ask for money, the car, or a phone, and they are always glad to see you. That about sums it up. Like, there's no ulterior motive for a pet. It's blind, devoted love. How can you not get behind that? Next up is not a video. We have the passing of a true environmentalist, not one of these fake environmentalists that we have nowadays from the left wing, but a true environmentalist. Jane Goodall passed away, and I hope she's up in heaven with all the animals she saved and rescued and took care of. Prior to her passing away, Jane Goodall described fond memories of spending her birthday with 90 dogs months before her death. So she passed away the way she lived her life, surrounded by animals that adored her. So, like I said, I hope she is up in heaven, surrounded by all the monkeys and animals that she's so famous for taking care of. People can truly learn a lesson from her, especially the people nowadays that claim to be animal activists, because I look at the modern day animal activists out there and I think they're frauds for the most part. I honestly do. Like, you look here in Canada, we have a political, and I'm not going to get into politics. I'm just going to use this one example. We have a political party called the Green Party, but there's nothing environmentalist, nothing pro-animal about them. They use the green as a sales pitch. Like, we currently have a horrendous situation going on here in British Columbia, Canada, where 400 healthy ostriches are the Liberal government wants to put them to death. And the Green Party leader came out the other day and said, I can't stick up for the 400 ostriches because Trump is backing them. What's one got to do with the other? Elizabeth May, you're a fake environmentalist. Jane Goodall, you were a real environmentalist. And I thank you for all of your years of effort and compassion. Here's a great picture. Two elephants riding on a trailer turned an ordinary traffic stop into pure comedy. As their truck halted, the sweet scent of sugarcane from a nearby truck proved too tempting. Without hesitation, both stretched out their trunks, tugging stalks free while amused drivers watched and filmed. They crunched happily, stealing bundles after bundles, as if they knew they had stumbled on the jackpot. Even when the light turned green, they managed to snag a few more for the road. It wasn't just mischief, it was a reminder of nature's charm and humor, showing that the sweetest moments come from when you least expect them. This is such a fantastic photo that I'm sharing to you now. All right, and for the final one, I don't know if this is real or not. Like, on the internet, you're never really sure. But as the story goes, Grandma mistakes cougar for a stray cat. It all started when a man's grandmother wouldn't stop talking about her stray cat. She kept bragging about how big and strong he was, saying it looked healthier than any stray she'd ever fed. Curious, the son began asking questions about the breed. Was it mixed? Maybe part Maine Coon? But the more she described it, the more he realized she wasn't talking about a cat at all. The thought nagged at him until the next day he decided to check her security cameras, and that's when the truth hit. The stray cat was actually a full-grown cougar, calmly eating from the dish she had left out. He immediately called his grandma, told her to stay inside, and contacted wildlife control, who safely relocated the young male cougar. Researchers later explained cougars can smell pheromones leaked to fear because she had none, and because she fed him. He likely saw her as a matriarch feeding a younger male, not prey but family. And, I could believe that, because if you watch domesticated cats, they come in very... Well, except for TK. TK was a love bug right off the bat. But the rest, they come in very hesitant into your home. And then they develop the relationship with you and with other cats. And how you act around them really does impact on how they act around you. So I could see a wildcat being the same way, especially if they're saying this was a young male. So it wasn't a fully grown adult. It was still in that development stage. Again, it's internet, so you can never be 100% sure, but I think this might be true. He's got the security cam pictures, and, who am I to argue with that? But still, I always say, when I die, my final words are going to be, here, kitty, 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 kitty. All right, and that's all I have for you today. If you like this video, leave a like, a subscribe, and a share. I'm trying to grow my channel, and a like, a subscribe, and a share does me wonders, and I do appreciate it. It takes 1 second to subscribe, costs you absolutely nothing, helps me immensely. Just hit the subscribe button on the bottom of the screen. Always feel free to leave a comment. I encourage everybody to leave a comment. Not only does it get us interacting, but it really does help me with the YouTube algorithm and getting more eyes on my videos. And as always, pew, 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 and shit. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.